Greetings from a beautiful day here in South Louisiana on the first full day of summer, and welcome to another episode of Bayou Gold Guy. I am the Bayou Gold Guy, and today we are making a stop to see some of our most favorite people in the business. We're going to go by the old Miners Depot and spend the day with them and their $100 bag of gold pay dirt. Come fresh out of Alaska. So without further ado, let us turn to the new gold epicenter of South Louisiana, this table, and see what we have in store for us from the Miners Depot. Some of our favorite people. So my bag came in. They're shipping out of Alaska. First time ever. Comes in the standard, usually they come in a box. This bigger bag came in the bubble wrap bag. It's weighs out at approximately 7 pounds, a little over 6.5, so thereabouts. But and then it's in the Ziploc bag with the. Usually at least it's marked. Yeah, there it is. It's marked with the 100 on it. They're not putting labels on them up there apparently, just because they're roughing it and sending them out of the camp. So, well, that's good. That's cool with us as long as we get our dirt from them. And then, of course, as usual, we have the thank you note from Blake and Lisa with our order for a $100 bag. They don't include a guarantee on their gold or a weight on their bags. It just guarantees that you will find gold and a good amount of it, and are going to have fun doing it. So and they've never proven giving you cause to question. That's so the best ROIs I've gotten are off of my previous bags with their stuff. So, and it also includes, I'll hold it up where you can get a shot on this and you can freeze it, but they're basically talking about they're going to start a opening up. Of course, it's called Digger's Delight Pay Dirt. But yeah, their Skookum Gold Camp is going to be opening up, where you actually can go down or go up in Alaska and pan for gold, do some mining. They provide the meals, all your equipment, training. It's ought to be a pretty cool little adventure to be able to go on, and see they're really good people from what I've dealt with them at all, and you see their videos with their family. It's a family business, and they run their own operation, but they're still pretty big. They deal with a lot of big companies, but so yeah, that'll be pretty cool to see, to check out and find out what that's about. So usually, as a rule, whenever you get their dirt, you can see gold shining through the bag, but in this case, we've got so much in there, it's not doing that. So let's go ahead and peel this back here. Not really set up in the usual position, but so we got that. Let's take. I'm shaking the thing up. My tripod is off, so it's not wanting to balance properly. So, all right. I have found you want to make sure you get all that tape out of the way before you dump the bag out. It tends to your dirt wants to stick on some of the tape. So, and that's no bueno. All right, there we have it. It's the bag that I'd gotten from them before. I got a 50 and a 20 from them since they've been up in Arkansas. Up in Alaska, and both of them had like condensation building up on the bag because it was damp, and this is a little damp too. But let's just dump it out and see how it looks here. That is a big. I'm going to be spending the afternoon with this, because if this is anything like their previous bags, it was loaded with black sand. Not extreme amounts of magnetics as far as the magnetite, but it had tons of hematite and tons of fine powder gold that was out of that that's out of their pay dirt that they, besides what they seed in with the. So yeah, man, that's a hefty pan of dirt right there. So I think the thing to do, it's really doesn't have the big stones in it, so I'm thinking that the old steamer basket is probably not gonna be. Well, no, there's some size in there. All right, well, we're gonna recruit Dingy Doris, who's actually had a facelift, so now we call her Hot Doris because the rust was starting to take over. So we had to do something about that. So let's we'll start by classifying some of this out and see what. Oh, that's right, I was going to do it in this one. See what we had as far as big stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's there's some. That's about what Miners Depot usually has. Though they don't have big stuff in there. They classify out to like a piece of shingle. But yeah, they already classify it down to with. You know, like you can see here, this is basically a 1/4 inch classifier. That's you know, the useless steamer basket that has never been used for steaming vegetables, but it makes a great use for working that gold. So this is wet. I'm not sure it'll even classify through the I believe that's what's considered a 20 mesh screen. This Dave Golbay said that the mesh is determined by the number of squares in an inch. So if you got 10 squares in an inch, that's a 10 mesh. 20 makes it 20, you know, all the way to where you get, the more squares you have, the finer your mesh. So, but I measured these with my tape, and they're about a 1/4 of an inch holes. So I'm not seeing any little nuggets popping up in there, but so there's that. That's that little bit right there for our. Now let's do a quick, see if this will pass, if it's worth classifying this down, or we just do it natural with that little finer pebbles in there. Actually, that's cleaning out pretty good. And that is a lot of grainy stuff to work through. So I think we are going to go ahead and go with that. And I'm going to break these down, and I'll be back. Well, just to show you, I went through and washed out my bag and just scraped up the little bit of stuff that I'd spilled on the table when I was separating it, and you can see right there 4 little flakes of gold that were in the bag and just in the little bit of debris that I had getting this stuff separated. So there you got the start. But so I've got a big wad of plus kitchen strainer, a much bigger pan of minus kitchen strainer, and our large size rocks. So and I'm not going to discount anything, because ever since I found those 2 big nuggets in the plus kitchen strainer size on Gold Nugget Sales, which got me my largest nugget ever at 6, I think it was like 6.1 or 6.4. I can't remember now, 6.1. But anyway, yeah, I don't dismiss any rocks any size anymore. So I'll be right back. All right, here we go. We're gonna start with our big stuff and work down. We're gonna break out the Garrett Super Sluice today, because I think that this amount of dirt, which this is the most I've had since, well, Pay Streak was like 7 pounds, and that Miners Depot bag was a good 6 pounds. So this being between 6 and 7 is one of the larger amounts of dirt I've ever done as well. So let's start with the big guys here and see what we. Dingy Doris is doing sun duty over there. Her and her lid have the fine stuff sitting on the hood of the old pickup there, baking in the Louisiana sun. I figured since while I'm doing this, I could dry that dirt out a little bit, and I don't know if it'll really help much or anything. If it dried up more, I might try using my next smallest size classifier on some of it to get it down more, just to have a little more to work with on this, because like I said, I'm planning on spending the afternoon with Miners Depot today. So this is I've only gotten one bag of their stuff from them out of their Quartzsite, Arizona site. It was one of the second Paydirt I ever ordered was from them, and I'd gotten a $20 bag, and and even that one, that first 20, I had like a 0.3 of a gram on a $20 bag, which was like an 84% ROI on on a $20 bag. So it started out good, and I think you can see right there already. You got those. I didn't empty this pan out from what I'd pulled out of the other stuff. So that little sparkle there that you can. Well, it's not a sparkle. I think that's what old David Goldbase says. Diamond sparkle, gold shines. So except for that crystalline gold and those faceted. There's another little flake right there. Crystalline pieces have some sparkle to them when you're moving them around. So all right, let's start with a pan of our medium-sized stuff here. This stuff really doesn't seem to be as muddy as I remember the original, their Arizona stuff being. It seemed like it was a lot, dirtied up the water a lot more on that first bag I'd ever done with them. But yeah, so now this is my third bag out of Alaska. Like I said, I'd gotten a 20 and a 50 together, which that's the one thing people have about on Miners Depot I've ever heard, is that no matter when you order them together, they still send it out with separate shipping on it. Which I don't count shipping on my ROIs with my gold anyway. That's just the cost of doing business. But actually, I saw Jan on Bill's Trash and Treasure on her site. She just did a $50 bag of the Alaska Miners Depot, and her $50 bag got like a little over a gram, I believe, on it. And but she was saying that she did some more investigation, and that if they send out multiple orders, that they tend to put more gold in it to make up for shipping. So I don't know. Whenever I got the $20 bag I got from them did have 0.4 rather than 4.1 of a gram, as opposed to the 0.3 I got off of the first $20 bag. So which gave me a 117% ROI on that first bag I did from them from Alaska, and then my $50 bag had 0.8 of a gram, which was a 92% ROI off of that bag. So I saw some shine popping up there. So I ordered this bag just individually, a $100 bag. So but yeah, if my next plan is to get their there's a nice little flake showing through right there, beautiful, is to get their $200 bag. And when I do that, I'm going to go ahead and order the $35 bag, which I skipped over. I went from the 20 to the 50 to the 100 now. So that way it'll also give me two go ahead and get 2 pay dirts in one order and maybe get a little more gold on it. So look at there. That's not a bad start for that little pan, a little bit of rock added in there. And those are some nice. You can pick it up. That's a picker, and it's got that nice kind of crusty. And this is a real flat picker. That one's like super thin. And then that one too. So, all right. Well, we're gonna see if those will suck up. That big flat one may. You gotta just get it the right direction. So, all right. Well, that's a good start. I'm going to work my way through the next of it. Did I see a lump of gold right there? I just thought I saw something flash. This is really the first dirt that I've gotten from them where I did not see gold shine. Oh, there it is right there. I did see it. Oh, and that's a nice, look at that. That is a nice chunky, that probably weighs at least 1/10 of a gram by itself. So that's, yeah, that's, all right. We know what we're looking for. So, all right, I'll be back. All right, we're down to the bottom of this one. I saw that one that's showing right there, so bright. But there's a bigger one underneath that I did not see. And I swab it away. Actually, I thought that was a piece of gold. That's why it's so white. It's not. But and that piece there that looks like it should be a piece of gold is not. So it's a nice. It's a very thin, but a very pretty flake of gold. All right, I wonder if that'll suck up. Or would have to be hand. Nope, it's gonna have to be. That's what I said that in the gold nugget sales video. That all those big pieces of gold I had to keep picking up and putting in the vial. I was like, man, don't you just hate it when you gotta go to the trouble of opening your vial and placing your gold in by hand because it's just too big to fit up the tube. Like, man, that's such an annoyance, isn't it? So there we go. That's number 2. I'm gonna go with that's what I've been doing about that much of the time with it. A nice nugget showing through there. And that is a nice little nugget. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. It's chunky. It's got the nice little crater in it, and it's, I don't know if that's dirty or if that's actually some ore in there. That might be. I'm not sure if that's dirt or not. We'll have to look at it closer. But yeah, that's a nice little chunk of gold there, and another piece that's going to require the. Yep, the the vial must be opened. The snuffer bottle must be opened again. So, yeah, that's like even from the first time I did this, that never gets old, finding and seeing that gold appear in your pan, whether it's a 1/4 gram or 3 grams. It's still exciting to see that shiny pop up. Make sure there's no. Yeah, I really expected to see some. Okay, that might actually. I think right there, if you look close, I'm not sure if that's going to come in or not. All that right there, that's all fine gold dust. That's what this stuff had in it last time. I mean, it was amazing. Sitting next to a grain of sand, that stuff looked big. So we're going to pull all that out. And there's more on this side here. You can see when you walk it up. And that's not pyrite, because when you move that water through there, that pyrite or mica would move away off that pan. But even those little tiny specks like that tend to stay put when you're move it real easy on there. So yeah, when I go through these tailings, when I get done, I'll be definitely concentrating more on that. And there's a little, and again, there's a little speck right there. Oh, there it is. So right there's another little fine line of just super fine flour gold. I mean, that's micro. That's micro. You'd have to have a, I don't know, a big pile of that stuff for it to even begin to register on a scale. So we'll go ahead and finish this one off. I remembered why I put that stuff in the sun. I was going to test it for magnetics. I'd let it dry out a little bit. I started thinking, like, well, how's it going to benefit me if I'm going to wet it down to have it drying out? But then that's right. Oh, that's right. I wanted to use the old magneto. Put the magneto to work on it. So we'll work this last pan through here, and I'll be back shortly. All right, we're getting down to the last of the plus kitchen strainer size. I'm seeing a nice little chunk peeking through at the top there again. Looking nice. Alright, let's add some clean water to it, and of course I always put some jet dry in my, I don't think I said that whenever we started this, but of course my jug already had some jet dry in it that I put in the old Garrett, and keep some in my squirt bottle so I don't get diluted down. There's a few little chunks there coming out. I always get these round rocks in their stuff. I mean, I don't know if those are something. I was wondering if those might be the garnets that I hear about, but they're just black. They really don't look red. But sometimes whenever I look at these on another video, they look real red on the camera. That when they looked black when I was doing it. But I just don't know if I don't think I recognize garnets, because I'm sure that they're in these pay dirts, and I just haven't recognized when I've seen them. So, but there we have it. That's again a nice chunky picker. You could call that a little nugget, actually. I mean, it's a small nugget, but I mean it's not a thunker, but it's a clinker. So that's pretty cool. So once again, every pan here we've had to open up the bottle and drop in one of our pieces of gold. But that's the thing, no two bags of pay dirt are alike. The two that I got together from the same order were pretty similar, because they were probably pulled from the same batch at the same time when they were making it up. But like I said before, this one's came a month later, so it's going to be a different concentrate. And Blake I'd been messaging back and forth with Blake about it, when I was first getting this stuff, and he asking him about what they were sending out from Alaska, if that was the dirt that we were seeing on their video that was coming to us. And they said, yeah, the pay dirt is. We bring some gold with us to seed when we get started, but I guess if they're, up there getting gold as well, they're probably adding their gold that they've found since they've been up there. I think they said that they're up there till October. So there's a few months left to be able to get in on some of their gold-rich pay dirt that they've been sending out, and get you a good ROI on some fun dirt from some really good people. Blake and Lisa and like I said, in their family, they've got their Skookum Camp, Gold Camp YouTube channel, And then they got their Facebook page where you can, you know, get a little more detail on their stuff. But just like I said, a pleasure to deal with and a great product. All right. Am I getting the right? Doesn't do any good if it's got glare on it. I always hate it when I get to see videos and I can't see anything they're doing because it's all covered with the glare from whatever. And I'm in the shade here. I'm just swirling it around, looking at the camera and not paying attention. So there, that's the thing, man. You got to be so easy on this stuff. You can see that fine gold there, all on the edge of the pan. And it curves up there, and there's little chunks there. I washed some back around. So, yeah, this is going to be like I said, I'm planning on spending the afternoon at the Miners Depot. See if I can give it a real easy wash. I can see a nice little line there at the top going. Right there it is. And you can see that, I don't know if you can see it or not, but that band again, all the way around, is that fine gold. And this stuff here is small. I mean, you can tell by the tip of the snuffer bottle, it's tiny. And then this stuff is, again, super fine. So that's what we were looking for. So I'm going to go back and work this through a couple of times, add another little cluster, and be back. So there you go. That's again a nice little cluster of some fine gold with I can still see the sparkling particles in there with it. So I'm going to do the same thing, go back and spend about 10 minutes going through that little bit, trying to get those fine, like right there, you could see the little band forming at the top of the super fine. Things just like tapping the pan, though, that you learn from doing it, that when you hold it tight and rigid, you get a different action than when you hold it limp, loosely, and get more action out of it. And the same thing of, you can walk it up, but you can also kind of tilt your pan and tap and walk it over to the side, so that as you wash material away, you can move it back into that little open slot like that. But again, you just have to be so. That was too hard of a sweep. And when you're dealing with this little stuff, once it seems to break away from the sand that kind of anchors it a little bit, then you get a good wash over it, and it's moved. So right there, that's a nice little pile, and we will go ahead and suck that up and anything that's around with it, because like I said, this is going to be probably a little while cleaning this out. But that's part of the fun of it too. That's almost as more challenging sometimes than getting the gold out, is getting it clean. But you can see where it keeps, that little line keeps showing back up with that. All that's fine gold all the way around the top there. So we're just going to go ahead and grab it all, and then we'll sort the rocks out with the clean out. See if we can walk this stuff over a little bit, at least get some of that out of there. But you can see that gold pops back up there, and then you just grab it up. These little pieces down here, grab them up. Let's get some fresh water in here and see what our last bottom should be. Ought to be a pretty good little line, I would think.
Stuff is just not moving. You can see I'm sweeping through and it is just barely taking a little bit at a time. But yeah, that is some very, very fine gold right there. Dust. That is your classic gold dust. A miner would have had to have a pretty big pouch full of that to add up to his, oh, I'm squirting it out, for his day on the river. And with no plastic snuffer bottle, can you imagine trying to get that stuff out of a pie pan back in the gold rush heyday? So yeah, that's, I keep forgetting to turn on the shut-off mode on this. I'm lucky I haven't had it doing that all afternoon. So all right, that's, you can see it's still got, once you get that first round off, go back over and there's another nice little string of it that works out of that dirt. So that's, I'm gonna nitpick through this one and I'll be right back. Well, all right, that's the end of our dirt, end of the last pan. Check our tube here and rinse out our cap. And I really want to be careful pouring off any excess water because there is so much of that super fine gold in here. We don't want to risk pouring any out. That's a lot of sand still mixed in with that. It's going to have to be cleaned. But that's a pretty looking little pan of gold from what I can see right there. $100 bag. I would expect that it should at least be 1.5 grams from them. Minimum. But this is the most I've done from them, so I don't know, it may be like Lynch where you get the little bags are really good, and the bigger you get, the lower your ROI comes out, but I really doubt it. Yeah, I had to suck up a lot of sand with that fine stuff to get, because those are some nice, really nice chunky pieces there. And these others look big, but they're really flat and thin, very, very little weight to them. So I don't know, we'll have to see. I've already shown that my gold estimate in the pan for size and weight tends to be a little skewed, but yeah, you can see all of that. That's all gold all the way around there. So I'm going to spend the next hour probably getting this cleaned out, and then I'm going to turn to our fine stuff tailings and the gravel that's over here, get through all that and see what it comes out to. So I'll be back in an hour or two. Well, all right, it's been about 3 hours since I was here. There's our nice little pile of gold, all dried out and ready to weigh. Let's take our, I'm really not sure what this weighs. Like I said, for Miners Depot, I would expect this to be at least a 1.5 grams on a $100 bag from what I've gotten from them before, but it doesn't, I don't know, it looks a little light. I'm not a good judge at this though, so I'll have to defer to the scale. There's all that's just even the everything. I'm still seeing in there. All that still has got that fine gold and that's the thing. I did get majority of all of the super fine gold out of there. I was expecting to see more than that weightless little pile that I had. I figured there'd be at least 3 times that much of that super fine stuff, that was because I wasn't looking that closely for it when I was doing the original panning. So all right, but I mean, it's some pretty gold. It's a good little amount there. I mean, and like there's some chunky pieces there, then these other flat pieces, some smaller, a lot of really small gold, just like before. So the paper should be zeroed out on there now, but let's go ahead and restart it just to be square on it here. Put the paper on. Zero that out, and let's put our gold on the spot here, and there we have it. Miners Depot comes through once again. It's hard just to judge. Like I said, I'm not a good judge of it. 1.82 grams on a $100 bag of Miners Depot famous Digger's Delight gold pay dirt, straight out of Alaska. So like I said, it was deceptive. Let's take this off and look real quick and see what these little, like the last time, the majority of the weight was in like 2 pieces. So yeah, that one nugget there is at 0.29 tenths of a gram. Well, and then yeah, that little chunkier one there is at at a good 0.33 grams. So my phone looks like it's turned sideways. Is this even right? It doesn't seem to be showing it the right way, but hopefully this is coming out right. So all right, well, like I said, that's some pretty gold, and that one there, it looks like, I've washed it off enough. I think that's actually some of the original rock that was part of the gold that it came out of. I don't think that's just a piece of dirt. I'll have to try to pick at it a little bit and see. But yes, that's just lovely. So let me pause this and add up some numbers, and I'll be right back. Well, all right. I have done up my numbers, which are always wonderful with Miners Depot, and I've taken a much closer look at this little piece right here, and that is a piece of quartz that is inside that little I think that one was a 0.33 gram little chunk. But yeah, that's actually a piece of quartz that's embedded in the gold, which makes it a little specimen piece. And on the back side, it seems to have, well, if I can get it to flip around, I'm dragging this out, and my fingers are just too damn big. There you can see it has this little hole that goes through it. So it's pretty cool. It is definitely a neat piece to have. So yeah, so let's do the numbers. We had a 1.82 grams off of our Miners Depot gold. On the day I bought it, it was going for $1,874.15 an ounce, or $60.26 a gram. At that price, my 1.82 grams equals out to $110.27. So on a $100 bag, that's 110% ROI. By today's gold price, which is at the $1,782.15, or $57.30 a gram, this gold's worth $104.69, which still leaves a 104% ROI. So any way you turn it, and I had a full 6 hours of fun working this stuff and playing with it and cleaning it up. And it's just a fun pay dirt, and it's a great return. And just those ultra fines there, when you look at how, it's just amazing to me that this can be recovered with a plastic squirt bottle, a pan, and some water out of dirt. And clean. Look at that. I got all the stuff out of this. I went through it probably 15 times at least, changing out the bottle. But yeah, just the super fine. That's almost as exciting to me as getting a big nugget whenever I get this, when I can recover this super fine gold dust like that. So again, I'm just thrilled with it. So that's it. I'm planning on getting like I said, a $200 bag of Miners Depot next, plus the $35 bag, which I haven't done one of those before, and try to pad that shipping and then maybe get a little extra gold on it. So call up or go online to their site, Miners Depot. Check out their Skookum Gold Camp on YouTube, and I believe I have it on Facebook as well. And call up Blake and Lisa and have them get you some of this gold, because it is fun and it pays off. So I give, once again, Miners Depot the big thumbs up. The company that breaks the rule, no gold guarantee, but always gives you more gold than you paid for. So you just can't beat that. And thank you, Blake and Lisa. I'm thrilled, and I had a great day at the Miners Depot. So until the next time, I'm the Bayou Gold Guy saying thank you for watching this episode. I appreciate all my subscribers and views, and thumbs up if you enjoyed the show, or got something out of it, or just like seeing some Miners Depot gold. And until the next time, I'll see you then. Peace out.